Good morning, students. Today's topic is critical missile concentration. What do you mean by critical missile concentration? It is the minimum concentration above which the missile formation takes place. Means you can say that it is the lowest concentration of surfactant, means soap solution, at which the missile formation takes place. Now next is Kraft temperature. Kraft temperature is denoted by capital T and K. It is the minimum temperature above which the missile formation takes place. Means missile formation means associated colloids. As we have earlier discussed, associated colloids are the substance which at low concentration behaves like a normal electrolyte, but at higher concentration it behaves as a colloidal solution due to the formation of aggregated particles. So this is called as missile formation. So at a particular temperature, the formation of missile takes place. This is called as Kraft temperature. Now next is cleansing action of soap. In this process, the dirt deposited on our clothes, that is made up of dust and oil. Oil is a part, means oil part is insoluble in water, but it is soluble in oil. Soap acts as an interface between the oil and water. The soap particles that form the missile with the dirt particles at the center. Missile means aggregated form. Means the soluble part that is present at the upper side, and at the center dirt is present which is oily in nature, and it will form a associated colloid. This is called as missile. Means the hydrophobic tail penetrate into the dirt particles. Hydrophobic means water insoluble. Means this is the oil part. The oil part is the tail which penetrate into the dirt particles, and the polar head which is hydrophilic, means soluble in water, that make the dirt particle soluble in water. It means this polar head that is hydrophilic in nature and tail that is hydrophobic in nature. At the tail dirt is present, and at the polar head water soluble part is present. On rubbing, the dirt particles break down into small particles and washed away. So this is the overall process of cleansing action of soap. Next is preparation of colloids. How the colloids are prepared? Colloids are of two types, lyophilic and lyophobic. So first we have discussed lyophilic colloids. In lyophilic colloids, it is prepared by dissolving the dispersed phase and dispersion medium together, and this is followed by stirring. Means stirring means dissolve karna with the help of glass rod. Now next is lyophobic colloids. It is prepared by many methods like this: chemical methods, In this chemical method, we start with the molecular size particles of the substance and then build them to particles of colloidal form. There are different methods for preparing the lyophobic colloids. First is chemical method. First reaction is double decomposition method. In this case, the sulfides of metal that are prepared by this method. Sulfide means arsenic oxide in presence of H2S. After undergoing double decomposition, it will form a sulfides of metal and water is released. Next is oxidation. In this case, the colloidal solution of non-metals like sulfur, selenium and iodine, these are obtained by the help of oxidation method. In this case, SO2 plus H2S, that is converted into sulfide plus water. So here the colloidal solution is obtained. Next is hydrolysis. When FeCl3 ferric chloride in presence of water, after hydrolysis it will form ferric hydroxide plus HCl. So by the help of chemical method we can easily prepare the lyophobic colloids. This ferric hydroxide, that is the red sol, which is obtained by adding some ferric chloride to a beaker of boiling water, and after that this red color sol of ferric hydroxide is obtained. Now the next method is second method, that is electrical disintegration or Bragg arc method. In this method is used for the preparation of metallic sol. It involves the dispersions as well as condensation. Means in the dispersion, bigger suspension particles whose size is greater than 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter, that are broken down into smaller particles of colloidal size whose range is 10 to the power minus 4 to 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter. Now the third method is peptidization. Peptidization means the process of passing a precipitate into a colloidal solution by adding an electrolyte. This is called as peptidization. Or you can say that it is the process of converting a freshly prepared precipitate into colloidal solution by seeking it with the dispersion medium in presence of small amount of electrolyte. Means with the help of electrolyte, precipitate is converted into colloidal solution. So this process is called as peptidization. Here example is colloidal solution of ferric chloride. The another example of peptidization is the fresh precipitate of ferric hydroxide that get easily dispersed into the colloidal solution of ferric hydroxide by adding the FeCl3 solution. So this is the example of peptidization. Now the next topic is purification of colloids. How the colloids are purified? First important process, that is dialysis. Dialysis means the removing of a dissolved substance from a colloidal solution by the process of diffusion, means through a semi-permeable membrane. In this process, students, this is the diagram of dialysis. In this dialysis process, a bag of suitable membrane that containing the colloidal solution is suspended in a vessel. This is the colloidal solution and this is suspended in a vessel through which the fresh water is continuously flowing. The molecules and ions diffuse through this membrane into the water outside, and the pure colloidal solution is left behind. The dialysis can be made faster by applying an electric field if the dissolved substance in the impure colloidal solution is only an electrolyte. So this process is called as electrodialysis. Students, this is a diagram of electrodialysis. This is membrane and here the water is enter, and here the molecules and ions that are diffuses. This is negative charge, this is positive charge. Negative charge move towards positive charge and positive charge move towards negative cathode, and the water is goes outside through this membrane, means molecules and ions diffuse through this membrane into the water outside, and pure colloidal solution is left behind. So this process is takes place in presence of electric field. This process takes place only when the impure colloidal solution is only an electrolyte. So here this name is electrodialysis. Electro means in presence of electric field. Dialysis means dissolved substance removed from the colloidal solution by the process of diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane. So this semi-permeable membrane is called as dialysis membrane. So this is the process of electrodialysis. Now the third method is ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration means the separating the colloidal particles from the solvent and soluble solutes by the filter, which are permeable to all substance except only colloidal particles. So this process is called as ultrafiltration. Now the next topic is properties of colloidal solution. First is colligative property. Colligative property is used for molecular mass determination of colloidal particles, that is called as osmotic pressure. Means osmotic pressure is a colligative property which depends only on the number of particles but does not depends on the nature of particles. So this osmotic pressure is a colligative property which is used for determination of molecular mass. Now next is Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect means this is the optical properties which involves the Tyndall effect. When a beam of light that is passed through the colloidal solution and viewed perpendicular to the path of incident light, then the path of beam is illuminated by the bluish light. This phenomenon is called as Tyndall effect. The bright cone of light is called as Tyndall cone. Students, this is Tyndall effect. When a beam of light that is passed through the colloidal solution placed in a dark room, then the path of beam that get illuminated with a bluish light. When viewed at right angle to the direction of the passage of light. So this process is called as Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is due to the scattering of light. This is scattering of light by the colloidal particles. Tyndall effect is observed only when the two conditions are satisfied.